everybody. So today's blog post is talking about DiSC profile types or styles. So the basics of it are there are 4 different primary styles: D for dominance, I for influence, S for steadiness, and C for conscientiousness. With the new everything DiSC model, this is broken down into a circumplex map with each quadrant having D, I, S, or C. Now, when you take your DiSC assessment, you will find out that you may just have one primary style. You could be D, I, S, or C, but most often people have a primary and a secondary style. So when you're looking at the map, you can be a DI, an IS, an SC. The only combination you can't be is quadrants that are kitty-coded from each other. So we call that your primary and your secondary style. The Everything DiSC products have taken it a step further, and we now apply adaptive testing. So not only will you have a primary and a secondary style, but you may also have what is called extra shading. Now what this means is when you were answering questions through the assessment, you started answering things a little bit inconsistent with what your primary or secondary style is. So the system drills down to determine if there is in fact something to this, and we've found out that there often is. And if you see some extra shading in your report, about 30% of people will see this, and it just means that you may be a primary D, but you have some unexpected characteristics in perhaps the S quadrant. So you'll see shading there. It's not your primary style, it's not even your secondary style, it's just some unexpected characteristics, and they've showed up enough that you've got this extra shading now on your map. So those are the 4 different styles. When it comes to D, the dominant style, these people are going to be fast-paced. They're going to be talking about bold things. They like a challenge. They like results. The I's are also fast-paced. They like people. They're enthusiastic. They're fun. They're outgoing. They're people-oriented. The S, they're steady. They're more calm. They're inclusive. They're team-oriented. They want to, when they make a decision, they're going to want to make sure that they've evaluated everything and talked to everyone before they make that decision, because they are inclusive and they want to make sure that everyone's heard. The C's are more analytical, they're conscientious, they like detail and analysis. So that's a quick summary of the DiSC styles. Check out the blog below to find out a little bit more. Thanks.